Hello and welcome back to Snips Adventures, and today is the day before Bookcon and I am so excited. I have everything set up and I just cannot wait. So this is going to be a little vlog. I'm going to try to remember to film as much as I can. I'll also do a little haul at the end. And so basically Bookcon was a yearly convention until 2019. COVID shut it down and they have not come back since until now. It is held in New York City and I am so utterly excited. Every single year when I would go to New York Comic Con or other Comic Cons, everyone always be like, Christy, you would have loved Bookcon. Like, have you ever gone? And I was like, no, I haven't. So now I can finally say yes, but so many people have been hyping this up to me. So I just cannot wait. Actually, the Bookcon fund started a little early and they had 5 different options, I believe, for book club. So if you were one of the first 100 people to sign up, then you would receive a free book in the mail and then you could go to the book club. When I received them, because I wasn't sure which reservations I was gonna get into what booths were doing signings, so I signed up for them just in case. And so I actually got chosen for 2 of them. I think one of them, I must have been number like 101 and someone couldn't make it, so I got signed on. So they are on my schedule for tomorrow, but I really don't know if I can make it because one of them I really want to go to, but I have a signing at the end of it and I don't know if they're gonna let me leave early, so we'll figure it out. So I'll roll those clips now. Our first piece of Bookcon mail came in the mail, so let's see what it is. So this is the advanced reader's copy of The Romance Revival by Christina Lauren. I didn't realize that it was going to be like an arc. I'm so excited. This is awesome for the book club that they're doing. The second package from Bookcon came in. It is this book for the book club. So yeah, it's pretty exciting. And I just packed everything up. So I'm going Beauty and the Beast theme. So I have my Amazing Loungefly and my Soka hand sanitizer and my Giraffe Epic. So this is my Loungefly I'm bringing, and then I'm also bringing a purse for extra space and to go with the Beauty and the Beast theme. It looks like a little book and it has like the spine details too. So this is going to be my purse for Bookcon tomorrow. I am only going Saturday. I wanted to do the full weekend, but I had something to do this weekend and then it got canceled, so I could have done it now, but I'm gonna try out the one day and hopefully next year maybe we could do the whole weekend if it goes well. Good morning, it's Bookcon day. We're leaving in like 10 minutes and I cannot be more excited. The event starts in like 2 hours. I cannot believe it's finally here. I've been waiting for this day for a long time. I got my whole Beauty and the Beast theme on. I have this bow on, it's so cute. I have big earrings, enchanted book club, and yeah, it's gonna be really good, I hope, and I'm just so excited. So let's get this journey and adventure started. We have made it to the train station, just waiting for the train to go into New York City, and then we'll be there. Woo! We have made it to New York City. It is now time to walk like 20 minutes to the Javits Center, and then it is officially Bookcon time. Let's go. Alrighty, we're at the Javits Center and we've been in line for like 50 minutes and we are not close, so hopefully I get in for my 11 a.m. reservation, but I think we'll be fine. We have made it into Bookcon. Rebecca Roundhouse signing is over there. I just ran here because it was super busy. Got my book dates. Oh, nice! I just got to meet Rebecca Roundhouse. She's over there. She signed one to me, and some of them are going to be on giveaways on Alma Read, so be sure to check that out soon. So yeah, that was super awesome. I asked her if she gets to find out stuff before the movies or the shows air, and she said if it pertains to the book, then yes. So she knew all about Andor season 2 before writing this book. So awesome. Me. I love that. Hello, so we got online at 1 o'clock for the 2 o'clock Matt Damon signing for Dungeon Crawler Carl, and they ended up capping the line at 1:40. We're like halfway in, so we'll see how long it takes, but I'm so excited that I decided to wait and to do this. So I just finished the Dungeon Crawler Carl signing. It was awesome. It took us 3 hours. The event started at 2. We got in line at 1, but I went to go look around while my mom waited for me. And then, yeah, it's 2 hours, but the people in front of me were so nice, so I got to talk to them. So it was nice to like talk to people, so the line kind of went by quicker. And they had free food, they had free drinks in there. It was crazy. Now we're gonna go to my Chloe Gong signing. Alrighty, it is now 6 o'clock and we are going home from the Javits Center and my first ever Bookcon. I'll do a little haul when I get home and talk about my experience. Bye. Alrighty, it is Sunday. Bookcon was yesterday and I had an amazing time. I cannot wait to go next year. It's April 10th and 11th next year, which is great because my Comic-Con I have to go to is the weekend after, so I do not have to worry about them falling on the same weekend. So first up, I'm going to do a haul and then we're going to do a little review. I have all my goodies in this bag, so we're just going to go through them as I pull them out. So from the Bookcon booth, I got this cute shirt. The line for the Bookcon booth was insanely long, so I went at like 5 o'clock. No one was there. A bunch of stuff was sold out, but ended up like actually like the shirt is adorable. So I'm kind of happy I ended up getting this one because this was one with like the few sizes left. But I love it, so I'm kind of really happy about that. Fine. And then I got read books patches, so that's fun. This one booth had really nice stuff. I'll see if it's on the back. Gray Street paper, I believe. I did not buy anything from them, but they gave me this cute little free bookmark with a rat reading a book, so I thought that was adorable. And then when I went to get my Dungeon Crawler Carl like signing, they had free stuff at the Amazon booth, so I got this sticker from the wheel and I got a patch, which I wanted a patch, so yay, I did that. And the lady in front of me was like, she wants a patch, let's hope she gets it. I honestly don't even know if I got it or the lady just heard that so she knew that I wanted a patch. Either way, I got the patch, which is nice. I got 2 of those. And then this was my last purchase because I'll go through this in the review. When I went back to Indie Alley when it was like at like 5:30ish, it was way less crowded, so I was able to like go into the booths, enjoy them, and I found a booth that had stickers 4 for $10, which is a great deal. I got this Tolkien one, and these were the 3 that I wanted. So this is the first like princess one, and then this one is my favorite out of the 4. Another princess, they have like Beauty and the Beast, Cinderella, Mulan, Pocahontas, Aladdin, Rapunzel, Little Mermaid. It's like my faves. And then they have all the different Disney parks. And this is from Book Page Art. And I've been to Disneyland Paris and Walt Disney World, so now I gotta get to all of them. That's on my sticker, so I thought that was super fun. And then here are all my signings. So I got 2 book plates from Chloe Gong. She was the last author I met, and she was super sweet. She liked that I designed them because a lot of people were doing book plates instead of bringing their books with them, but they kind of made it either like generic, just stickers, or they did like Bookcon theme, but I did it for each book that I was getting the author to sign. So hers were like specific to her book and she really liked that. And then I got these signed for Dungeon Crawler Carl, and they also had, because it was presented by Audible, the narrator was also there, so he signed them. And you were only allowed 1 signing. It was supposed to be 3, but there was too many people there that they changed it to 1 per person. And I was with my mom, so I just got like double because they allowed me to like take my mom's like thing. But my mom had to stay with me online, but they let me take it up to get signed. Like my mom didn't have to get it signed for me. And then I got this from Rebecca Roundhorse. And I have the extra one for a giveaway, as I said during my little vlog. So be on the lookout for Instagram. I hope to post that soon. Not really sure when, but hopefully soon. In this bag, as you can see, I went to Reading Portal, which I have a few. I know I definitely have ACOTAR and ACOMAF. I don't know if I have the rest of the series, the page overlays, because they switched artists, and I like the original artist the best. I think I have ACOMAF too. ACOWAR, not positive, but they had and since like their licenses with SJM is going out, they had a discount on all this, so I decided to get the Throne of Glass character portraits, because then this is not based off of 1 book and I can put it on all the different books. And I love their stuff. It's so freaking cute, and with every purchase you do from them, which I had no clue, even though I followed them on Instagram, you get a free print, and it's like Bookcon specific. So like this is like New York City and it says Bookcon there, little like apocalyptic. I thought it was so cute. I was like, yay, free print. And then from the Bookcon store, I also got this bookmark, super cute. And then this next booth, I bought something, so I got a free bookmark.
and it's like a gold little owl on top. And this might be one of my favorite purchases, and it's a little countdown of how many books you read. So I have to put this behind me somewhere. I decided to go with pink, and it comes with 6 different like blocks, so you can go up to 999 books. But I think this is one of my favorite purchases, and it was one of my last ones, and I really, really love it. And they had like all different cute stuff, because like I'm not the biggest fan of the 3D printed things, because a lot of times it's the same products over and over at each booth. But this was a 3D printed booth that had so many unique different goodies, so I was so happy. Dungeon Crawler Carl thing, they gave free Shirley Temples, or if you wanted it like dirty, you could. So I got the 2 cups that I'm keeping as souvenirs. And to absolutely no one's surprise, I got some pins. So my one book related pin was this little black cat I got from an artist. Right, like if you told me I would have bought these at Bookcon, I would have laughed at you. But I got Snow Miser and Heat Miser. Like, how funny is that? Like, I could not believe it. And then I got this from the Bookcon booth, which is a little magnet, and I love it. And then these are the books I got, but also I showed you some of them. So this was just a free preview they were handing out as I was walking, so I just grabbed it. I showed you guys these. I don't know why they sent me 2 of them, but they did. And then I bought this from an independent author. It's about each race of people have something different they ride. So humans are griffins. One of them ride like wyvern. Like each, like dwarfs ride something he created, which is pretty cool. I read this MCU book already and it was amazing, but the publisher had it for half off. So I was like, all right, I'll pick it up so I can have a physical copy. And then I read the first book in the series, and this is the 3rd book from a series from an indie author. So I picked up his 3rd book so I can read the 3 that he has out currently. And those were my books. I did not want to buy a lot of books, and I'm happy that I stayed true to my plan. And that was all that I bought. A little more than I was expecting, but when I go into my review, you'll see why I bought a lot. But also, I just love supporting small businesses. So yeah, it's a weakness, but it's a good weakness to have. Alrighty, now time for my review. Would I go back again? Absolutely. Was it the best convention I ever been to? No, I think it was so disorganized. I think a lot of things could have been changed. I think there could have been a lot more to do. As I said earlier in the video, I wish I would have gotten 2-day passes. I'm glad I didn't. I ended up leaving an hour early because I did everything I wanted. Like, I do not think there was enough things to do there. I think it needed to be bigger for sure. And I'm not saying this because, as I said, I would gladly go back again. I had an amazing time. The people there were super duper nice. I just think the way they ran it, I wish it was a little different. Firstly, getting in that line was unacceptable, to be honest. They do New York Comic Con every single year at the Javits Center, and that is the whole convention center, not just a 4th. So I have no clue how they screwed it up that bad. Doors open at 10. Why did I not get in until 10:50? And I got there before 10. So I think that is just not okay at all. They had people lined up 3 blocks away by the time it like curved. I'm just counting that as another block. 3 blocks away, and that doesn't even count. Then, so they're lined up 3 blocks away. Then you have the whole length of the Javits Center, and then you go down and wrap around the Javits Center. So yeah, that was chaos getting in this morning. I did not enjoy that. I went to the floor with the publishers once because I am so happy. As you could tell, I did not get a lot of free stuff, and people are like, Bookcon's about getting free ARCs. Not to me. I'm not wasting my time, my energy, my happiness over something that they only have 30 copies of, or maybe 50, and there's 25,000 people in attendance. Of course people want free stuff, but I'm not doing that. I'm not dealing with the lines. I'm not dealing with the people. I went to the floor with the publishers once because it was so jam-packed, because as I said, they had like 1/4 of that like 3rd floor of the Javits Center. They only had 1/4 of it, and it was all the big publishers would have all these art drops, all these author signings. It was impossible to move around. I was like, I don't want to deal with this. Bye-bye. So I spent my time in Indie Alley, which was about like 1/3 of the floor basement of the Javits Center. So that part was a little bigger, and that's where the autograph signing was. And I mean, like, in the morning that was jam-packed. I wasn't really able to make as many purchases. it was just really crowded. But then when I went at night with like 3 hours, 2 hours before it closed, it was way better. I was able to go into each booth, look at what they had, and that's where I made actually like a few more of my purchases, and I'm happy I went back there at night. My signing in the morning was super easy, super organized. My Chloe Gong signing, because those were my 2 reservations, the guy just scanned you in and let you go in. Meanwhile, one of the lines was supposed to be VIP and the other, or ADA, and the other line is everyone else. And they didn't tell anyone that. So like I knew that, but all the people next to me were like normal and they were getting to move way ahead of me. So that was very frustrating because she was in between 2 authors that had way like huge lines. So like they weren't really paying attention to her line because they were trying to keep and control the other 2 lines, which I understand, but at the same time, like, organization. And what pissed me off most about this con was the lack of diversity in the authors. I feel like it was just very popular romantasy TikTok books, and it was like annoying in the sense of, where's your sci-fi people, where's your like fantasy people, where's your thriller people, where's your horror people? Like, they very much catered to one person to be calling it a book con, and that's why I didn't really have a lot of things to do. There was only 3 I wanted to see, and with Dungeon Crawler Carl, that is one of the most popular series of all time right now. Why does he not have a reservation? They had to cap his line at 140. Mind you, originally was 2 to 3:30. They changed his signing from 2 to 5 because he knew how popular he was. And then they capped it before the signing even started. Like, why was he not a reservation? Like, because he's not what you think is popular right now, even though that just proved you wrong with how long his line was. But yeah, so that was definitely the part that bothered me the most. I think it needs to be bigger, and I think they do not need to sell any more tickets, which we know that's not going to happen. If they make it bigger, they're going to sell more tickets, but I don't think that would go well. I want to enjoy my time. I want to be able to look at all these stores and all that. But yeah, I would say the Audible experience was, Amazon was showing their money, I'll tell you that. So once I waited an hour before the signing even began, and then I got in there at like 3:45, so like an hour and 45 minutes after the signing started. I walked in, whole bar. I was like, what the heck is this? So I got a Shirley Temple, and then they had food walking around. If you told me I was gonna have like a salmon tuna taco at Bookcon, I'll be like, you're crazy. I had a salmon taco at Bookcon. I had a little burger slider. I was like, okay, this 3-hour wait's kind of sounding nice right now. So that was definitely like an experience. I thought the Audible booth was so cool, so good. As I said, my favorite part was the Indie Alley. I hope more people go support them, other than, it's like, I'd rather go shop there than the big publishers. They get enough money. But yeah, overall, I had a really good time. I can't wait for next year, and I hope you enjoyed my vlog and my haul. Even though it was a little crazy, I do hope you enjoyed it. Bye!